Apparently, Hollywood's newest mission is to turn all of our scariest monsters into GQ cover models. Dracula Untold is a retelling of the Dracula backstory where we're asked to understand the heart of the Prince of Darkness in a new way. It covers the inspiration and motivation of the man who would become the horror legend we know and how his love for his people may have led to his undoing. So is this new look at the transformation of Vlad the Impaler a story worth telling? Well, maybe, but probably not like this. Honestly, this story has been told so many times that to name your movie Dracula Untold is a bit like saying you invented macaroni and cheese. You better have the facts to back it up. I'm guessing the untold part is the fact that we've never really seen Dracula, the medieval battle strategist and sword fighter. And I suppose if there's something I actually enjoyed about this movie, it was in those battles. The special effects did their job and the fight choreography held my attention. When you really think about it, this movie is basically like Lord of the Rings, except replace Sauron with a blood-sucking vampire. Oh, and then also root for him, because he's a good-looking hero now. And that whole killing people for their blood thing, just a big misunderstanding. Seriously, when can we have our villains and monsters back again? Aren't we basically one step away from a Harry Potter sequel where Voldemort is played by Chris Evans and is actually valiantly attempting to save the Potters when the whole Scar thing happened? I mean, I'm all for nuance and such, but something in me wishes Hollywood would quit neutering its big baddies. I'm guessing they went with Dracula Untold as the title because they just couldn't pull the trigger on Dracula the Sensitive Father. And beyond that, though, the movie just doesn't hold together. There's something a bit too Shakespearean in the acting, with all the grandeur and overpronunciation, but none of the cleverness and wit. I also thought the mythology of the movie seemed jumbled and unclear, leaving too many of the pieces for the audience to put together and keeping us from understanding it completely. If you don't have the time to fully explain or develop the inclusion of a character, leave them out. Don't leave us wondering who they are or why they're there for the 3 or 4 lines that you give them. But the worst thing has to be the ending, which completely shifts the movie in a way that is not only jarring, but it's a blatant grab for a franchise that I hope we never have to endure. At the end of the day, Dracula Untold is a poorly executed take on the famous blood-sucking friend of the bats. Sure, the battles look pretty, but a mess of a plot and a left-field ending had me wishing the story had remained untold with a C-. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. You can stay tuned for this review's best ever challenge here in a bit. First, I want to throw some stuff up over here that you can click on. If you'd like to subscribe, which I'd very much appreciate, you can do that by clicking the big gray subscribe button. If you want to see more, well, my reviews for The Judge and Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day are up this week as well. You can also click the logo right up here to go to the all-new YourMovieFriend.com. It's where you can find a searchable database of reviews as well as the written text of these videos. And finally, this video's best ever challenge. This is where you name the best movie ever in a particular category and also try to identify my choice. What is the best vampire movie ever? I'm actually not sure if this one counts, but I'm going with the one with the most difficult pet death I've ever seen on film. Drop your own answer and a guess at mine in the comments, and the first person to guess mine does get a point. Thanks, and please subscribe.